Of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there. I'm Ron Juckett, and this is the last baseball game of the week. It's Thursday, it's 12 noon, it's the 29th of April. Would you believe we do the Kentucky Derby on Saturday? Hard to believe, isn't it? Anyway, the baseball game today is the Philadelphia Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates have won 6 straight. They are 51-50 and have 53 games left to go in their year. This is game 102. The Phillies are 56-49. A harbinger of good things to come for the 1950 season, but probably too late in 1949. The Cardinals and the Dodgers. Cardinals lead the Dodgers by a game and a half as we head into this one. And this one we're doing specifically because of Ralph Kiner and his chase of 50 home runs. He has 35 or 36 on the year. And with a good month, 2 months to go, he's got, if he gets hot again, an outside shot at 60. But certainly 50 is doable. So it's Bill Whirl against Schoolboy Rowe next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1949. Today, from Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Philadelphia Phillies. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So a beautiful day, or beautiful Friday night here in Pittsburgh. 75 degrees, the wind's blowing left to right at 14. Not a cloud in the sky as Bill Whirl, W-E-R-L-E, takes the hill. He is 5-6 with an ERA of 6.23. That's not very good. Bugs is 28, a fastball pitcher 85, and a standard pitcher. Doesn't favor the fly ball nor the ground ball. Has not faced the Phillies at all this year. His last start came against the Braves on July 29th. 7 innings, 9 hits, and a no decision. 4 runs all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4. So overall, he's a hittable man. 120 innings, 183 hits. Gulp. 14 homers, 88 runs, 83 earned. He has walked 33 and struck out 58. In the lineup, he'll face Richie Ashburn, leads off in center field. Grant Hamner at short will bat second. Mr. Sizzler is at first. He'll bat third. Holmig cleans up in right field. Del Ennis is in left. He'll bat fifth. Buddy Blattner at third will bat sixth. Andy Semenick and his 25-plus home runs behind the plate will go seventh. Goliat, G-O-L-I-A-T, at second will bat eighth. And the Schoolboy, Mr. Rowe, will bat ninth and pitch and should throw about 130 pitches, give or take. Ralph Kiner is a 6-5 and left as we set up the defense for the Pirates. Safel, not sure who he is. He's a 5-4 in center. Restelli is a 4-6 in right. Pete Castiglione, or Castelloni, depending on how you pronounce it, is a 7 at third. Obviously, Joe Castiglione, the Red Sox announcer, is how I would say it. Stan Rojek is a 4 at short. Danny Murtaugh, a 5 at second. Phil Macy is a 4 at first base. Clyde McCullough behind the plate is an 8 and a 5. And Whirl is an 8 on the mound with a 9.62 fielding percentage. Ashburn comes into this one kind of underperforming a bit. 259, 2 homers, and 39 RBI. So while the homer and the RBI numbers are good, just hasn't hit that many singles. And so with all that, we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. So that one starts with a walk. In real life Whirl, 12-13 with a 4.24 ERA. 221 innings, 243 hits. 22 home runs allowed. He walked 51 and struck out 106. So he, talking about underperforming, his whip is a good half a point higher than real life. Here's Hamner, Granville at 255, 5 homers and 44 RBI. And there's a line drive to center field. Saffel will throw it in. Hamner's got himself a double. And that's his 17th of the year. So runners on second and third for the Phillies here in the top of the first for Dick Sisler. At 280, 5 homers and 27 RBI. Worrell's pitch is a ground ball to third. Castiglione, snap throw to first. Macy's there for the out, and Ashburn will hold on. So there's still runners on second and third. One out for Stan Holmig, who's not your classic cleanup hitter. 280, a homer, and 18 RBI. And looks like he either walked off a military movie central casting set, doesn't he? Rugged, good-looking man. Pitch to Holmig. Struck him out. He got him to tip one into McCullough's glove on a full count. So he chased the change, and the change chased him. 2 out for Del Ennis. At 310, 14 homers and 75 RBI. So the Phillies, with nobody out at 2 in scoring position, and there they've stood. Worrell can throw about 130. Winds and deals. Here's a fly ball, shallow center field. Saffel rides the Schwinn and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Phillies strand 2. We played half an inning here at Forbes, no score. No, Elvis, I'm not underwhelmed, I think would be the word I would use. I kind of expected a bit more. Schoolboy Rowe is giving it all and a bit more. He's 6-1 with a save and an ERA at 2.96. He's 39 years old. Fastball pitcher 81. And a ground ball pitcher. This is his second start against the Pirates. And 6th appearance overall. 12 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 6. He is 2-0 against Pittsburgh with that save. And an ERA of 3.55. He hasn't thrown more than 3 2/3 innings in the game since June 16th. Last time out against the Cubs, 3 2/3 innings on July 30th. 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. So overall, 67 innings flat. So he'll beat his real life number. 68 hits, 2 homers, 25 runs, 22 earned. He walked 18 and struck out 27. And here's a lineup he'll face. Pete Castiglione will lead off and play third base. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it Castiglione and not Castelloni. Saffel in center field will bat second. Bristelli in right will hit third. Ralph Kiner cleans up in left. Phil Macy at first will bat fifth. Danny Murtaugh at second will go sixth. Stan Rojek at short, seventh. Clyde McCullough behind the plate, eighth. And Mr. Worrell, through 22 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Phillies, Mr. Ennis is a 7 and a 7 in center, or left. Richie Ashburn is a 10 and an 8 in center. Stan Holmig is a 3 and a 7 in right. Buddy Blattner will drink a Falstaff or two. He's a 3 at third. Grant Hamner is a 5 at second. Anyone ever drank a Falstaff before? They still make it? Goliath is a 6 at second. Sisler, a 5 at first. Semenick is 6 and a 9 behind the plate. And Rowe is a 4 with an 870 fielding percentage. Castiglione at 289, 3 homers, had 33 RBI. Getting this note in from Elvis. Jim Bunning is 19 and 3 in Elvis's 61 replay as of August 3rd with 12 starts left. So he has if he plays his cards right. An outside shot at 30 wins. He's with the Tigers in 61, right? Tommy Saffold. I used to call him USFL. Okay. Or Safel. Tommy USFL Safel. Okay, then that's how we'll do that. So Castiglione gave you those numbers, and Rowe is ready. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to left. Ennis going way back there. I'm not sure the yard's going to keep it. It will not. That's gone. So Pete Castiglione leads off this one with a solo home run, and the Pirates go up 1-0. And hey, the replay's showing the right batter. 375 over that scoreboard in left center. The wind is blowing left to right at 14. That's a pick and a poke. So Tommy Safel at 520. It's almost like an April number, isn't it? With an RBI. In real life, 322, 2 homers, and 25 RBI. Rose pitch. Got him. And 0-2. Swung on and missed on the Bugs Bunny fastball. 1 out. So Dino Rastelli, the Irishman that he is, at 264, 6 homers, and 33 RBI. Pirate team looks a little bit different from when we had them last on. Rastelli sends that one into right center field. Holming will throw it in. Rastelli going for 2. He's in there with his 9th double. So the Pirates come out firing here in the bottom of the first. Here's Kiner. Ralph at 305, 34 homers, 6 triples, and 99 RBI. So he needs 1 to join Ferrillo in the Century Club. He scored 82 runs. Bunning is with the first place Tigers, up by the Yankees by 1 game. Our replay, by the way, this is August 5th there, Matt. Maris and Mantle have 42 homers, and Raj has the RBI lead over Mick. 101-100. That's pretty cool. Pitch to Kiner is a little check swing. Semenick picks it up, throws it to first, and Kiner is retired. Rastelli moves to third, 2 out. For the former Boston Brave, Phil Macy at 203, 2 homers, and 13 RBI. Rose pitch. Ball 4. Draws the walk. 3-0 breaking ball inside. And that'll bring up Danny Murtaugh, charter member of the Future Managers of America Association. Danny at 196. No homers, 2 triples, and 14 RBI. Runners on the corners. 2 out, bottom of the first. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Pitch to Murtaugh is a liner in the right field. Holming will pick it up. Rastelli scores. Macy goes to third. And it's 2-0 for Stan Rojek. Stanley helps you do things right at 274 and 30 RBI. So the Pirates, as we said in the open, have a 6-game winning streak on the line. And now you're seeing why. Rojek, ground ball to Sisler. Dick takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. The Pirates get 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. They leave 2 on. After 1, it's 2-0 Buccos. So Bill Hurl, they face Buddy Blattner, Andy Semenick, and Goliath. Buddy at 278, 2 homers, 9 RBI, and keeps hearing about Dizzy Dean. That is an old field. This is Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. Completed in 1909. So this would be the 40th anniversary season for the Pirates there. And what makes it notable is that it was the first steel construction grandstands in the ballpark. Everything else had been wooden up to that point. Yep, there's so much sand between home plate and the backstop, I'm surprised we don't see some sunbathers. Well, it's a night game to begin with. But your hot dog wrapper is going to fly around. Whirly. Or Werly. As in a bird. You're the expert on the pronunciations. If you say it's pronounced that way, I'm certainly taking your word for it. Pitch to Blattner is a line drive up the middle. Safel, coin flip, makes the catch on the grass. 1 out. So right on the University of Pittsburgh campus, you can't see it, but there's a tower out there called the Tower of Learning. And you could overlook it and watch games. Andy Semenick at 279, 26 homers and 64 RBI. I think in center field, they still have the ivy and the marking for one of those that's now in a classroom building for the University of Pittsburgh, or Pitt. And there's no word whether Dan Marino ever stepped foot in that classroom or not. So that really is, I think, the only part of Forbes Field that's still standing. Pitch to Semenick is a little looper past a diving Macy for a hit. That's a second hit for the Phils. And here's Mike, I'm going to say Goliath. Almost Goliath, but there's no H at the end. Anyway, he's hitting 273. How you doing, midlife crisis? 3 for 11 with an RBI. A 212 hitter in real life. 3 homers and 19 RBI. Pirates up 2-0 here in the second. 1 out. And there's a pop-up into center field. Safel has it, and Semenick goes back to first. 2 out for Schoolboy Rowe at 300. 2 homers and 6 RBI. See, Whirly, as in the helicopter, struck him out. He got him to look at strike 3 on a 2-2 fastball, and that will retire the side. So the Phils leave another runner on. No runs, a hit, no errors. Bottom 2, 2-0 Pirates. So here's Clyde McCullough with Worley and Castiglione to follow. Clyde at 254 for homers and 27 RBI. So Elvis, Dave, ooh, Captain Carl's here. How you doing? Playing his 72 NL replay. How far along with you with that? Anyway, the first question was going to be, what did you think of the Action PC 21 football game? Pitch to McCullough is a line drive left center. That's going to roll the wall. Ashburn throws it in, and that's McCullough's 14th double of the year. Worley is not a great bunter. He's hitting 156 with 2 RBI, but that is the play to get McCullough to third. Blattner and Sizzler play in for the bunt. Bunt is down. It's Rowe. Blattner goes back to the bag at third, and they're going to get McCullough there. Was not a good bunt. That was not a good bunt. Rowe sprinted off the mound. Blattner backtracked to third, and it goes 1-5 on the fielder's choice. So 1 out, opening 9 for the Schoolboy on 32 pitches. Inning and a third, 4 hits. The home run by Castiglione's 4th. A walk and a strikeout. This picture looks like it was after a Steelers game. There's a big white line near the third baseline. You know what? That's not a white line. That is, I believe, an automatic tarpaulin machine. Or something that we would say would not be Vince Coleman's best friend. I think they had one there. You can see The Pirate coach standing on it. Goliath. Okay. We'll go with that there. So Worley on first. Pitch to Castiglione is a ground ball to Hamner. Might be two. Goliath for one, and that's it. Or Goliath. And there's two out. Safel is 0 for 1. He struck out. However, that field looks pretty beat up. It could be during football season. It's a great color shot no matter when it's from. Those trees tell me it's summer. Safel, ground ball to Blattner at third. He goes across the way, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, a runner left on after 2-0 Pirates. Captain Carl says his replay is part of a project with someone on the Delphi forums who's playing the AL. Yeah, I thought the old Oakland Stadium had a lot of foul ground area, not now. Well, this wasn't a circular dish. University of Pittsburgh, of course, played here. The Steelers played here. And Elvis is going to look at our Red Sox fans game with New England and Tampa. We will do a game Saturday night, by the way. Not New England and Tampa. I will check out some of Al's game, too, just to see what he thought. I imagine he uses OBS. That might have been an absolute nightmare to set up. Ashburn walked his first time up. Opening 9 for Worley. 36 pitches, 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk and 2 strikeouts, no runs. Ashburn swings this time into center field. Safel goes back a step or 3, makes the catch, 1 out. OBS is one of the 2 major things that you can use to stream. I use XSplit. OBS is free, complicated to use, but very, very good. And so that's what Dave uses on his streams, and that's what Al uses on his streams. Captain Carl says we'll be using each other's All-Stars in the All-Star game and each other's league champs in our World Series. That's great! It's a streaming software. Grant Hamner doubled his first time up. And there's a ground ball to third. Castiglione over to first. Got him. Now bring up Sisler. Dick is 0 for 1. 2-0 Pirates. Phillies at 56 and 49. The Pirates at 51 and 50. Ground ball to Whirl over to first. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 2-0 Pirates. So here is Dino Restelli. Dino scored and doubled in the first. So Bobby doing the 72 NL season, first weekend of May. Steve Carlton's 4-0. That's the good news. The bad news is the rest of the Phillies are 2-12. That's the year that Carlton won, 27 of their 54? Matt can't believe all the names in this game are in his 56 Pacific Coast League. Jamie did an earlier PCL replay, and a lot of these names show up too. Pitch to Restelli is a line drive to Ashburn and will make the catch. So Carlton went 27 and 10 and won 27 of their 59 games. That's pretty good. Here's Kiner. Kind of a swing and bunt his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Ball 4. Kiner, of course, was the All-Star MVP. Hit 2 homers, including one that I think got stuck in the upper deck in center field at Ebbets Field. Macy walked his first time up. George Hendrick is haunting you always. He lives rent-free in your head, along with the hamster you killed in the 3rd grade, Todd. It's haunting me in your replay. 5 homers in his first 9 games for the 82 Cardinals. Pitch to Macy is a little ground ball to Hamner. Might be 2. Goliath for 1. Over to Sisler. They should have it. And they do. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. Elvis had Carlton in a play-by-mail draft league. Remember the mail? Back then was Strat. He didn't come close to that record for me. How do you card someone like that? I mean, in APA, he'd have to be an A. Here's his standings, by the way. The Cardinals are 5-5 in their last 10. They're 64-40. The Dodgers have struggled. They've lost 4 straight. Open up a Maldito. They're a game and a half out, 61-40. The Giants are 7 out at 57-47. The Phillies are 56-49. And the Pirates are the hottest team in the NL. They've won 6 in a row and 7-10. They're still 11 and a half out. American League, the Yankees printed playoff tickets last week. A 9-game lead over Cleveland. They're 67-36. The Indians are 57-44. Boston has won 4 straight. They're in 3rd, but they're 14 and a half games out of first place. Washington still hanging on to 500. How about that? At 52-52. Detroit 4 at 50-54. Then the A's, the White Sox, and the Browns. And I still can't believe the Reds in their minus 177 run differential have a better record, barely, than the Cubs. Holmig struck out his first time up. Into left field, Kiner in the corner. And he'll get a suit from Abraham and Strauss. Holmig gets a steak dinner. And somebody from McKeesport made the catch. That is true. A couple of things there. Pitching wins are so lucky. Witness 17-11 for Bunning in real life and 19-3 for you. You're using Action PC for that, right? And Bobby says, hard to replicate things like one loss record when playing outside from how the stats were created. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Count as 1 and 2 to Holmig. Jamie says, I think pitchers' win-loss record is so dependent on circumstances. Yep. That's why it's not that great of a stat. It tells you something, but not a lot. Holmig, ground ball to second deep in the hole. Murtaugh throws to first for the out. Look at DeGrom. Yeah, what's his ERA? Again, the Mets give him about as much support as a bunch of saltine crackers. In 72, Midlife Crisis says hitting was down. There's a reason why the AL put the DH in 73, and fielding is atrocious by today's standards. A lot of unearned runs. I'm amazed. I don't know how. I didn't realize there was that much interest in 72. Payoff pitch, Stratomatic, and somebody else released 72 this year. That season is not on my radar. I was alive, filling diapers, but that's about it. And yeah, too many things that are out of the pitcher's control. Ennis is 0 for 1. Jamie said 72 was one of your favorite replays. Wow. Jim Bunning for the Tigers in 61 is getting 5.8 runs of start support. I think even I would be 10-10. Pitch to Ennis. Struck him out. 78-mile-an-hour curveball, 2 out. Third strikeout for Worley. Here's Blattner, who's 0 for 1. Pitch to Buddy. Is a fly ball to left. Kiner is there. And he will make the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Pittsburgh. 9-11. Oh, that would be my number. Zion Lion 666, how are you? Yeah, it's similar to Strat-O-Matic in a way. It's not cards and dice and an open engine, but it is a replay-based game. So if you're familiar with Strat, it's all just done on a computer. There's no cards or dice. Midlife Crisis hadn't bought Strat in years, but when he realized he had to pay $200 next year or later, he grabbed it. Yeah. There's quite a few people I know doing 72 projects. So welcome to the show, Zion Lion 666. By the way, a bunch of people watched the football stream last night and followed. Jason 46617, I wonder if he's from the Boston area. Marcus Amore and Monkeys Gob. Thank you for the follows. I now have 177 here on Twitch. Murtaugh singled his first time up and strikes out this time around. He swings and misses on an 0-2 fastball. One out for Rojek here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Staying as 0 now for 2. Goliath over to first for the out. Here's McCullough, doubled his first time up. Has 14, only had 9 in real life. Schoolboy Rowe hit him. Got him in the leg, and McCullough flips the bat. Here's Whirl. Whirly, who's 0 for 1. Danny Murtaugh said this to Steve Blass during an exhibition game. I want you to pitch 3 innings or 3 hours, whichever comes first. Pitch to Worley is a ground ball to Semenick. He flips it over to Sizzler, and he's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 5th. It's still 2-0 Pittsburgh. So Semenick, Goliath, and Rowe to face Worley here in the 5th. Andy singled his first time up. There's a ground ball to Rojek. Over to Macy. 1 out. One question you wanted to ask last night was in the chalkboard. Okay. Can you change the players' squares to circles? I would like to see the offense in circles and the defense in squares. That's a good question. If you're around Saturday night, ask me again. I don't know off the top of my head. You could change the shapes before, but I thought it was all universal. I don't think you can break it down, one for offense and another for defense. Here's Goliath. Mike is 0 for 1. But that is a good question. It would actually make it easier to watch. Al has wanted helmets for a while. Pitch to Goliath. Ball 4. So Worley lost him, a 3-1 down and in. Midlife Crisis gives us the answer. Yes, you can. I use rounded squares myself. There you go, Elvis. And I'll try to remember that when we do this Saturday night. Schoolboy Rowe is 0 for 1. He struck out. Castiglione and Macy come in for the bunt. 1 out, top the 5th. And Worley got him a 1-2 looking on an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. See, sometimes attack can be productive. So 2 out. Worley threw 18 batters, 4 2/3 innings, 71 pitches. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Ashburn is 0 for 1 with a walk. This time he flies it into left center field. Safel goes back and will make the catch. And that will retire the side halfway home on a Thursday afternoon. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Pirates 2, the Phillies nothing. We'll be back right after this. I hate it when we go. This is Action PC Baseball 2021. Well, whoever is a new sub, thank you very much. We got midlife crisis and trouble at work. Don't know if you can do with a different shape for the O and D. We'll look at it Saturday night. I hate it when we go to the small screen here. If you joined us late, Pittsburgh got 2 in the first. Pete Castiglione started off the ball game with a solo shot over the scoreboard to left. And Danny Murtaugh singled home Dino Restelli to make it 2-0. Schoolboy Rowe, a 4-hitter through 4, 2 runs. Oh, well, I'm going to read it to you in a second anyway. Billy Worley, 5 innings, 2 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. Oh, Elvis got a package from Appa. 2 original 6 seasons. Appa can give Dave Gardner a big thank you for that business. All right. Well, enjoy and let us know how it goes. So, Rowe, his opening 18 batters on 66 pitches. 4 innings, 4 hits, the home run to Mr. Castiglione. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Pitch to Pete, who's 1 for 2. A ground ball to third. Blattner has to hurry for the out. Oh, so midlife crisis is the new sub. Thank you very much. You just subbed not too long ago, didn't you? It may not let you announce if you sub out a turn. Here's Tom Seffel. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I just happened to look and saw the number was back up again. That's awesome. Pitch to Seffel is a ground ball base hit. Ashburn will pick it up. I think Goliath got the... Yeah, I should have made that play. Here's Restelli. Dino 1 for 2. Doubled and scored. 5 hits for the Pirates, 2 for the Phils. And Zion, if you got any questions, ask him. Throw to first, Seffel is back. See, subs work different here. He would have to unfollow. Oh, resub today. Okay. He'll have to unfollow, and then the follower thing come up. The subs in Twitch are different from the subs in YouTube. The subs in Twitch are the paying customers. And yes, Forbes Field in this picture needs some work. Infield, more dirt than grass. Pitch to Restelli is a fly ball to left. Ennis in the corner makes the catch. Seffel goes back and will hold, especially with 2 out. So here's Kiner. Ralph is 0 for 1 with a walk. His next RBI puts him over 100 on the year. Rose pitch in the left center field. Ashburn will track that one down, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 5, it's 2-0 Pirates. Action PC Baseball 2021 is the name of the program. Comes out every December. And it's from Dave Cook Sports. www.davecook or dksports.com. Every season's available. And he often runs sales. Football game was released last night. Your wife always questions you about who you sub to. And I remind her that she buys a new pair of shoes every month. I'm cheaper. Hamner is 1 for 2 with a double. Grand pops this one up left side, Castiglione, and that will reach the seats. I think Jamie may be able to answer this. That that Forbes Field had one of those automatic tarp machines, right? That gray stuff by third base isn't the end line for the Steelers, although I would think the Steelers field would run from the scoreboard down the first base side. I'm like a comfortable old loafer. Thank you. 0-2 the count. to Hamner. And there's a ground ball to Worley over to first for the out. 1 out for Sizzler. Dick is 0 for 2. And Sizzler draws a walk. Yeah. And as we said earlier, after Vince Coleman got his leg broke in the National League Championship Series in '85, that pretty much was the end of automatic tarp machines. Here's Holmig. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Any guess as to what year this picture would be from? The Pirates are in their vest uniforms. So I'm going to say 60s. And I can't make out who they're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did mention George Hendrick and his home runs. Now you got me counting how many games are on the scoreboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like, I would say, between 62 and 68, because it looks like there's spots for 5 games on the scoreboard. Pitch to Holmig is a ground ball to Rojek. Murtaugh for 1, Macy for 2. Early 60s opening day, maybe because it's packed. Yeah. No, there's definitely names in all the spots over there. It could be from the 60 series. It's a great picture. No runs, no hits, no errors after the double play. Pay attention to the game. Ronnie after 5.5, 2-0 Pittsburgh. So Macy, Murtaugh, and Rojek. Phil is 0 for 1 with a walk and grunted into a double play. But I'm still thinking after 62, there are spots for 5 games in both leagues, which tells me 10-team leagues. Pitch to Macy is a ground ball to Blattner. Over to first, the long throw, 1 out. Here's Murtaugh, Danny 1 for 2. He is singled, struck out, and drove in a run. One of the Facebook groups, maybe it's even Big Clues board at Baseball Fever, you post a picture of a stadium from the 60s, and people will recognize the lineups, look it up on Baseball Reference, and go, oh yeah, that was from April 15th, 1965. There was a little more detail on the scoreboard, we could tell. 1 out, pitch to Murtaugh, ball 4. Third walk for Rowe. Here's Rojek, he's 0 for 2. Someone asked about the drawings that we use for some of the stadiums. And I think, here's a pitch to Rojek. Snap throw to first, and Murtaugh's not going anywhere. He's back. Those are from the old high heat baseball game from around the turn of this century. And they are beautifully done. The 1 on Rojek is a liner in the center field. That's going to drop in front of Ashburn. Murtaugh will hold at second. So first and second, 1 out. 6th hit for the Pirates. Here's McCullough. Clyde doubled and was hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 1. Murtaugh on second, Rojek on first. Here's a ground ball to Sisler. Goes to Hamner for 1. The throw back to first. McCullough, I believe, will beat it out, and he does. So runners on the corners, 2 out. It goes 3-6 on the fielder's choice. And here's Billy Worley. He's 0 for 2. The pitch here is a ground ball to Goliath. He goes over to Sisler for the out, and that will retire the side. Pirates strand 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 6, 2-0 Pirates. So Ennis, Blattner, and Semenuk here in the top of the 7th. Worley, 85 pitches. Throwing a gem right now. The old sports machine host, George Michael, was an expert in dating old baseball photos. You didn't want to upset Mr. Michael. You'll get things thrown at you. Ennis is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And there's a pop-up left side. Castiglione is going to run out of real estate. And that's foul. And the count is full. I'm trying to place above Bill Worley's name on the left where the stat box is, if that is a TV camera by that dugout. Pitch to Ennis. There's a pop-up right side. Massey, and he's going to run out of real estate. And we'll do it again. 3-2 the count. Top of the 7th, 2-0 Pirates. Popped up, Castiglione moves over in the hole, 1 out. Buddy Blattner is 0 for 2. George Michael, by the way, before he became an icon on Channel 4 WRC in Washington, was a top 40 DJ. First at, well, his first big market was 56 WFIL in Philadelphia. And then he did a few years at WABC in New York. He did the Clearasil shift, 7 to 10. Pitch to Blattner at 9. Ground ball to third. Castiglione has it over to first for the out. 2 out for Seminick. Andy's 1 for 2. Michael's heart, however, was always in sports. And when he got the chance to do Islander games on cable, he did. And when the opening came for a sports anchor in Washington, he went. After he got fired as a DJ, but sports was his love. Pitch to Seminick. There's a ground ball to Worley over to first, and that will retire the side. Stretch time, 2-0 Pirates. So top of the order for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 7th, Castiglione, Safel, and Rastelli. Rowe through 27 batters, 97 pitches, 6 innings, 6 hits, the home run to Castiglione. He's walked 3 and struck out 2. Pete's 1 for 3, now he's 2 for 4. Punches that one into left center. He'll round first. Blattner should have leaped for it, didn't get it. And now Blattner is playing in for the bunt. Safel can bunt. You know, sometimes just the mere power of suggestion here. Safel, no, he's got a 347 batting average. I'm not going to bunt here. Is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. For a pitcher, yeah, with an ERA of 4.85, he's actually over 6 in the replay. Worley is indeed pitching a gem. He's got a 2-hitter through 7. Safel swings in a ground ball to Goliath, and I'm going to go to Hamner for 1. I think they might get him over to Sisler. Safel's got wings, and he drank his Red Bull. He's safe. So Goliath goes for the fielder's choice, 4-6, to get the lead runner. And that'll bring up Dino Rastelli, who doubled. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Here's a ground ball to Goliath. He's going to take it to the bag himself, and he will not throw to first. Rastelli has average speed. I'm surprised Goliath didn't risk a throw. Here's Kiner. Ralph is 0 for 2 with a walk. Rose pitch. Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. Well, Andy Semenuk is going to need a moment to remember where he is because he just took that one off the mask. 69 degrees, wind blowing left to right at 16. Semenuk walks around, spits out part of a tooth, adjusts the pads, and gets back to work. Kiner down the line and left. That will drop in front of Ennis. Rastelli scampers to third. And the Pirates have runners on the corners and 2 outs for Matt Macy, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Macy asks if Semenuk is okay. And Andy nods yes. Pitch from Semenuk goes out to talk to Rowe. Pitch. There's a line drive to left, and Ennis will make a diving stop to retire the side. Retire the side. The Pirates strand 2. We go to the 8th. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. So 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 9 left on for Pittsburgh. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 4 left on for Philadelphia. They squirted some Absorbine Jr. into Andy Semenuk's mouth between innings. Worley, because of his shutout today, his ERA has dropped to 5.88. Goliath, Rowe, maybe, and Ashburn to face Worley in the 8th, and we're still not getting any fatigue warning yet. Popped up. Rojek. 1 out. See what they do with Rowe here. You struck out twice. Willie Puddinhead Jones going to pinch hit. Love the nickname. Willie at 264, 12 homers, and 62 RBI. Worley deals, and there's a fly ball to the left, but that will stay in the yard. Kiner is there, 2 out. So Worley has only faced 27 batters with 2 outs in the 8th inning. 104 pitches, 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. Ashburn 0 for 2. He started the ball game with a walk. Into right field, Rastelli goes into the shade and makes the catch to retire the side. Hey, it's Jimmy Istanbul coming on to pitch for the Phillies. Constantine making his 35th start of the year. 32 years old, a knuckler. And when he throws the fastball, it's at 83. Against the Pirates, this is his 7th appearance. 8 1/3 innings, 16 hits, 13 runs. Holy unearned runs, Batman. 6 of those runs are unearned. He's only allowed 7. He has walked 7 and struck out 3. 0-1 with a save and a 7.56 ERA. His last time out was on the 31st of July, an inning against the Cubs. A clean inning where he picked up his 4th save. So he's 0-5 with just 4 saves and a 5.79 ERA. In 51 1/3 innings, he's allowed 68 hits, 4 home runs, 42 in total, 33 earned, 26 walks, and 22 strikeouts. So Murtaugh, Rojek, and McCullough, as Mr. Worley is going to go for the shutout in the 9th. Pittsburgh could use a run here. Murtaugh 1 for 2. Has singled. Drove in a run. That came in the 1st. He drove home Rastelli. Walked and struck out. Constanti starts his night with a line drive down the line and right. Murtaugh is in the second standing. Sisler might have been able to get that. The computer said a poor play, but that was an absolute howitzer. And so the Pirates have their 9th hit. Here's Rojek. He's 1 for 3 with a single. This time a slow roller to Hamner. Looks Murtaugh back to the bag. Throw to first for the out. 1 out. For McCullough, 1 for 2, doubled and hit by a pitch, amongst other things. There's a slow roller to Goliath over to first, and McCullough is retired. Murtaugh moves to third. And that brings up Bill Worley. Bill's going to get the chance to finish this one out, obviously. He's 0 for 3. But he can be his own best friend here and drive home a run. Constantine's pitch. Ball 4. He drew the beer league walk. And that'll bring up Castiglione. Pete started the night for Pittsburgh with a solo shot. Also has a single. He's 2 for 4. So for Castiglione, that was his 4th of the year. And now has 34 RBI. Number 35 is standing on third base. Up the middle. Hamner backhands it. Long throw to first. And Castiglione is retired. Could be Castiglione too, but Elvis didn't correct me with that, so we're going to go with Castiglione. No runs, 1 hit. They leave a couple men on after 8, 2-0 Pirates. So Pittsburgh has left on 11 runners. Let's see if that comes back to bite him in the bippy. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Phillies have been held to 2 hits and they've left on 4. Hamner is 1 for 3. He has a double. Pitch from Worley is a ground ball up the middle. Murtaugh behind the bag, over to first, 1 out. Here's Sisler. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Popped up. Macy, foul territory, and foul. So 0-2 the count. Up the middle, that's a base hit. So that's the 3rd hit for the Phillies. Sisler holds at first. Here's Holmig. And we'll keep an eye on things now for Worley. Holmig is 0 for 3. He has grounded into a double play, which the Pirates will take right now, and struck out. Worley's pitch. Got him. That's number 5. A 1-2 fastball looking at for strike 3. And that leaves it up to Del Ennis. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Last chance saloon time here for the Phillies. McCullough goes out there. They have a few words. Worley's pitch. Ball 4. We're not done yet. So the 3-1 fastball was inside. And that'll bring up Blattner, who's 0 for 3. So the Iron City's still staying cold. The tying run for the Phils is on first. And the potential go-ahead run is Buddy Blattner, who is 0 for 3. And if Blattner homers, it won't be an Iron City. It'll be a cold can of Maldito. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Left center field. Safel is there, and World got a shutout. Billy Worley, a 3-hitter. He's your digital dice player of the game as the Pirates shut down the Phillies 2-0. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Phils. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Pirates. So Worley goes to 6-6. He threw a 3-hitter. He walked 4 and struck out 5. He could have thrown 132 pitches. He tossed 125. Schoolboy Rowe falls to 6-2. 7 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The home run from Castiglione. He walked 3 and struck out 2. So the rest of this Friday in baseball plays like this. The Browns beat the Yankees in New York 6-5. Kennedy goes to 6-7. Buxton 0-1. Dillinger 2 for 5 and a stolen base. Imagine that. Imagine the Yankees fall to 67 and 37. Cubs beat the Braves 5-4. Lade goes to 3 and 6. Warren Spahn falls to 14 and 10. Al Dark 4 for 4, 2 RBI and 2 triples. White Sox beat the Senators 12-3. Judson 6 and 3. Hudson 10 and 6. Clyde Vollmer is 14th of the year. A's beat the Indians 3-2, so Cleveland can gain no ground. Kellner 8 and 9. Mike Garcia takes a loss. He falls to 3 and 4. And Moses 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a triple. Tigers beat the Red Sox at Fenway 5-1. Gray goes to 9 and 7. Jack Kramer falls to 4 and 6. Ted Williams 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. The Cardinals 11. The Giants nothing. The Giants make 4 errors. Nippy Jones has a 15-game hitting streak. Marty Marion goes 4 for 5. He hits his 9th of the year, and he drives in 6. Pick up some sticks. Jerry Staley throws the no earned runs, throws the shutout and walks 2. He goes to 9 and 6. Monty Kennedy falls to 11 and 4. And to add insult to injury, the Reds beat the Dodgers in Cincinnati 3-2. Fox goes to 9 and 10. Preacher Rowe, not to be confused with Schoolboy Rowe, falls to 11 and 5. Standings as we say goodbye for the week. Our next game, probably Tuesday, we got to make up a game along in here, will be the Cardinals and the Giants from Sportsman's Park. The Cardinals lead the Dodgers by 2.5 and the Giants by 8. And the Phillies by 9.5. The Pirates, as we said, have won 7 straight. Yankees have a 9-game lead over Cleveland. We won't talk about them losing to the Browns, okay? That just didn't happen. Red Sox can't gain any ground. They're 14.5 back. And Washington falls under 500. I'm Ron Juckett. What do we got for you next week? So we got St. Louis and New York. Oh, and I haven't chosen. Let's do that now. Oh, New York and Boston. Thank you, Carl. I think Philadelphia and New York. So, yeah, those are the 3 games we'll do next week. So, until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, everybody. Yeah, the logos in the schedule are nice.